Peace, what's up, y'all? This is Shakesha. I'm back on the scene again. I just wanted to talk real quick about this Kybalion. This is something that's going to definitely help you win this game called life. This is how you get you some power, by understanding these 7 principles, and they give you the keys. The book that I've been studying is this one right here. This one is with the 3 initiates, the Kybalion. However, you can get like different forms of it. There's, a lot of variations of it that go over the 7 Hermetic principles. So if you find it in any shape or form, you want to grab that up. Anyone that's going to break it down so that you'll understand it a lot better. There's a lot of books that's floating around out there, and a lot of different perspectives and takings on that, but I definitely recommend that you get one that you can understand, that you can absorb. Grab yourself up one so that you can really get a hold of what these 7 principles are and how you can work them for yourself and how they apply in your life. So the first principle that I want to talk to you about is the principle of mentalism. And that's that all is mind and the universe is mental, right? So that basically goes into that life is what you make it thing, right? There's that little reggae song, life is what you make it. Da, na, na. Okay, I love that song back in the day. But anyway, that's basically what it is. Life is what you make it. So if you determine that your experience is going to be messed up, if you see the glass half empty, then that's going to be what your experience is, because it's all mental, okay? And if you decide that it's going to be great, the glass is half full, things is rosy and sunny, you completely control your condition. You completely control your experience. So however you want it to be, it's all mind, and the universe is mental. The next principle that I want to talk about is the principle of correspondence. That's principle number 2. That's that as above, so below. So you'll see a lot of social media memes with that on there, as above, so below. And it's some of them are not really clear, like what that means. And, you can kind of tell the people that are just like repeating what what they've been told or what they heard or something like that. But there's some people that really get it and really will try to come out and give you some examples of as above, so below. So, if you look at this picture right here, this is a picture of like the galaxy and the cosmos and everything, and all of the things that's made up in the stars and all of that are the same things that's made up in you, So, like a lot of people would encourage you to take that selenium. Make sure you watch, your dosage in that, because you can take too much and really mess yourself up. But you can get you some Brazil nuts, and that'll give you an adequate amount and everything, and it'll raise up the star power, because that's the same element that's made up in them stars. But anyway, to get back on where I was at with that as above, so below. So, like, that's what the principle is, as above, so below. So a lot of things that are above are the same thing. A lot of things that's in the spirit realm is on the earth plane. And another way that you could check this out too as well is, like, if you ever look at food, there's a correspondence with that, right? So food that's supposed to be like for your heart, let's say like tomatoes or something like that, that kind of looks like a heart, right? And it just happens to be good for the heart. And you look at broccoli and it kind of looks like a brain, and it just happens to be for a brain. And then you look at like avocados, right? And avocados, they kind of look like a womb, and it's, you know what I'm saying? And you take it, and it's really supposed to be nourishment for the womb and all of that. So, that as above, so below, it kind of, you'll start to see how that flows on that, okay? And then the principle of vibration is the third principle, right? So nothing rests, everything moves, everything vibrates. So everything is moving at some type of level. We all are vibrating at different frequencies and everything. And sometimes you'll meet somebody and they ain't got to say a word to you. You just pick up like, I don't know about this person, or hey, yeah, this person, there's a connection there, or whatever that is and everything. So that's that principle of vibration and action for you right there. And I'm just going over them real quick, giving you a brief overview, because I don't want to spoil that learning experience for you, because this is really some deep reading, and you really got to get into it and absorb it so that you can apply it for yourself. Okay, and then the principle of polarity, right? So everything is dual, everything has poles, everything has a pair of opposites. Like and unlike are the same. Opposites are identical in nature, but different in degree. So all extremes meet. all truths are but half-truths. All paradoxes may be reconciled. So with that principle of polarity is just letting you know that everything is the same. People will say one thing is good and one thing is evil, and good and evil are essentially the same. It's just a degree on behavior, let's say. Okay, and so there's different extremes, and where you might say is a good behavior, one person might say is an evil behavior, and so on and so forth. Or a really good one that I heard about was like temperature, and a really good example is like how my husband gets down when he's in the car. Like if it's really a cold day outside and it's cold in the car, he'll turn the temperature all the way up, and then when it gets like unbearably hot in there, then he'll turn it down all the way off. And then it gets freezing cold again, and he turns it all the way back on. And then it's miserably hot again, and he turns it all the way off again. And there's no in between. It's just either hot as hell or cold as hell. It's never like in the middle, right? And I'm one of those people, I need to, once I get it warmed up, I got to adjust the temperature so that I can get it just right and keep it there and be about my business and stop, that back and forth thing. And the same thing on a hot day. Turn the air conditioner all the way up and it's freezing cold, and then turn it all the way to hell off and it's stifling hot in the car. I don't know what that's about, you know what I'm saying, but that's what I got. But that's that polarity thing. 2 degrees of one thing, which is temperature. Okay. So that's what I'm saying, one way that you can look at that polarity. And then the 5th principle is that principle of rhythm. And if y'all ever checked out Brother Panic on occult lectures, he has an awesome 5-hour lecture, y'all fam. 5-hour lecture on the principle of rhythm. But he breaks that down so righteously that if you do not understand the principle of rhythm, well, I don't know. I don't know what reading that you could absorb that would help you to get it any better than that, because that has to be like one of the very best explanations of rhythm. That's what helped me to get it. For real, was that principle of rhythm, that everything flows in and out. Everything has its tides. All things rise and all things fall. The pendulum swing manifests in everything. The measure of the swing to the right is the the measure of the swing to the right is the same degree to the left. So rhythm compensates, okay? So with rhythm, you really can pay attention to a lot of rise and falls with people. You see this Weinstein dude who was the man sandwich at one particular point in Hollywood, and it looks like his pendulum swing has gone all the way to the left, because now everybody's coming out of the closet talking about what a freak weirdo he is. Now, whether or not that's true, I ain't in that man's business like that. He said it ain't true. Whatever. He's getting the pendulum swing, that there's his swing right there. And I don't know like where his focus was, but if you really listen to the lecture, and also if you do readings as well on that principle of rhythm, it talks about like how rhythm compensates, right? So like there was one point where I had a rhythm. My pendulum swing was in finances. I was always worried about whether or not I had enough money or whether or not I didn't have enough money. So I would be feeling real good when I got money in my pocket and I'm doing real well. And then I pendulum swing hit and then I'm flat broke. And this would be a constant rhythm for me. Money, no money. Money, no money. Money, no money. And I started shifting what my focus was into, just my interaction. Let's say my focus is the interaction with people. So one day I'm relating real well with people and I'm communicating real good with people and we're getting along real good. And another day, I'm not connecting as well. But that's the ebb and flow of life. That's the rhythm of life. Some days you're going to be able to communicate nicely with people and make those connections, and other days you're not going to be. Just like if you're a car salesman, you see a definite rhythm in that. 1 month you are hot like fire. You just selling these cars. You boom, knocking them out and everything. And the next month, it's not really happening so much to you. But how you can control that is by paying attention and being really mindful of what your focus is in life, where your desires lie at. So if you just focus on enjoying yourself, or focus on, a lot of things that, have that natural ebb and flow, not the finances, not one day I'm going to have a man in my life, one day I'm not, but just focusing on a good day to relate, because you're going to see that rhythm. And that's something that you can live with, is relating really well. And some days you don't relate so well. Some days you're having a positive interaction and you're feeling like really on point and, really sure of yourself. And then maybe some other days you're not feeling as, ready to get out and you want to just keep to yourself or something like that. So that rhythm compensates. So if you really want to keep your eye on the prize, make sure that you shift your focus so that you can kind of regulate your rhythm. The principle of cause and effect is the sixth principle, and that principle, it states that everything has its cause and everything has its effects. Everything happens according to law. Chance is but a name for the law not recognized. There are many planes of causations, but nothing escapes this law. Many ways of causation. And this is where that whole law of attraction is coming from. The so-called secret is that principle of cause and effect. So when you start to focus on something and put a positive vibration on it, the effect is going to be is that you're going to draw it to you, because have that magnetism about it. So it's kind of a sub-law of cause and effect on how you end up drawing stuff, that law of attraction, when you start to draw things your way. But that's the same with rituals or any of the other things that you put a focused intention on. That law of cause and effects comes into place because everything has its cause and everything has its effect. So that's why I stress the importance of you putting your intention on those things that you do. And then the last one that I want to go over quickly is the principle of gender. Now, I'm talking about male and female, but not boy and girl. So it's energetically. So they say that this is the divine feminine energy, and they say feminine is more of a right brain thing and the masculine is more of a left brain thing. So when we say the right brain thing, which is feminine, they're talking about like that creative energy and all of that, and the left brain is like the more intellectual type of energy and things like that. Also, like energetically, like where they call it Isis energy, is more of a feminine energy, which is that nurturing, supportive behavior and everything. And the masculine is more of the, the protective type of energy, the problem solving type of energy and things like that there. So when you would, especially like with me, I would be more of a masculine energy, but I am not compelled to like dress like a male or date women or any of that type of thing that, some people get into when they step into more of a masculine role. Like, I don't have a sexual preference for the same sex, and I don't have any desire to dress like a male. However, the energy that I may convey could be seen as a masculine energy, not because I'm giving you the effect that I want to be a boy or a male, so to say, but the masculine energy is such that I don't give off that Isis energy where people are like nurturing and supportive and everything. I am on a different level. Like my nurturing and supporting is more of like a masculine thing, where if you call me, you better be ready to shut it down. You know what I'm saying? So if you call me in the middle of the night, I'm not going to be that person that is going to sit back and, give you a lot of emotional and in that type of support. Like I would be that person that you're calling up when you want to help get the problem solved. If you're looking for a solution, I'm the person that you want to call. If you're looking for somebody to just tell you that it's going to be okay and cry with you or something like that, I'm not your person. I'm not interested in that type of conversation. I'm interested in finding a solution, and that's what makes my energy masculine. So in going over all of those principles of the Kybalion, I'm telling you that this is a book that you definitely need to get, because this will definitely help you to win at this game of life. These are the keys. The Kybalion grab it. I got this over at the Half Price Bookstore for about like $3. You could probably find it on Amazon, eBay, or any of those other places that sell books, wherever it is. It's all over the place. Or even a book that's just going over the 7 Hermetic principles, where it's giving you a nice breakdown so that you can understand it and absorb it. Peace and love, everybody.